Hello and welcome to Flow. Today we're going to be working on hip openers. Please remember there's only two rules in the Flow class: move and breathe. So don't do anything that increases your pain. Other than that, just do the best you can. Go ahead, come on up to the top of your mat. All right, take a nice deep breath in and reach it up. Exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, flat back. Exhale all the way down. Up dog or cobra. So come down as close as you can towards the mat. And from there, you've got three choices. Okay, you can lift just a little bit using your back muscles. You can push through your hands and lift a lot. Okay, those are both cobra pose. Or you can come up on the tops of your feet for an upward dog pose. Next, tuck your toes, tighten your abs, kick it on back into downward dog. In this position, fingers are spread, elbows straight, head and neck relaxed. Push your chest to your thighs, abs tight, thighs tight. Drop your heels. On your next exhale, walk or hop up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Sorry, I didn't say it before. Come as far up your shins as you need to in order to get your spine as flat as possible. Get your head away from your shoulders and lift your sit bones. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, relax. All right, next two cycles are exactly the same. If you need an extra breath anywhere, go ahead and just take one. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Up dog or cobra. Tuck those toes, downward dog. In this position, fingers spread, elbows straight, head and neck relaxed. Push your chest to your thighs, abs tight, thighs tight. Drop those heels. Good. On your next exhale, walk or hop up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, relax. Last set. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Up dog or cobra. Tuck those toes, downward dog. Last time on your cues here, fingers spread, elbows straight, head and neck relaxed. Push your chest to your thighs, abs tight, thighs tight. Drop those heels. Good. On your next exhale, walk or hop up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, relax. Nice job. Shake it out. Shift your weight over onto your left leg. You're going to post up on the toes of your right leg. You're just going to rotate that hip in and out as far as you can. Just finding those hip rotator muscles. Good. Switch sides. Good. With your right leg, take about a half a step back. Get your heels in line with one another. Okay. So you're not going to rotate through your back. You're just rotating into the front hip here. So you're going to lock into the pelvis. Okay. From here, front leg isn't going to be locked out, but it's not going to be bent either. Okay. So keep the front thigh active. From here, you're going to bend forward, reach for the outside of your foot, and then come on back up. Okay. So rotating into that hip. Do your best to keep your balance when you do this. Oh. Hopefully you keep your balance better than me. Good. Let's swap sides. Again, about a half a step back. Heels are in line. Turn, lock into the front hip. Okay. And then from there, bend forward. Reach for the outside of the foot. Rotate into that front hip. Again, try to rotate into the hip more than you're worried about rotating through the spine. Great job. Come on back up to the front of your mat. Okay. If you need to, you can go back to just keeping the toe down and rotating the hip in and out. Otherwise, single leg stance. Okay. And then from here, cross over just like that. External rotation. Internal rotation as far as you can. Rotate that leg out, back and forth. Keep those abs tight. Make sure you keep breathing. Good. Other side. One of these sides is not like the other. Nice work. All right, feet down. Reach it on up. Exhale, reach for your toes again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale all the way down. Walk your feet back so you can come down to a all fours position. Okay. So from here, we're going to do just light hip circles. So let your weight shift all the way out to one side of your body, around the back towards your heels, other side. And then you can come as far forward as you want or need based on how your wrists are feeling. Majority of the work for the hips is going to happen going side to side into the back. Yeah, we got a more creative playlist today. Other direction.
Yeah, like drum and bass, and I was like, better than the YouTube montage.
All right, let's get in on those hip openers. Okay, right leg, you're going to go in the half kneel position. Okay, so rocking forward and backward. Okay, nothing fancy here. Just trying to get the hips to open up a little bit. Good. Now keep your weight shifted forward, and you're going to rock your knee out and in. Out and in. When you go to move the knee in, try to push the knee into your shoulder. Okay, just to get those muscles turned on just a little bit more. Good. Swap sides. From this position again, just rocking forward and backward. Good. And then rocking the hip in and out. Good. Remember to push that knee into the shoulder. Great job. Back to all fours. Hip circles again. Let the hip shift all the way out. Back around. Again, you're welcome to shift as far forward as you want. Other direction. Great job. Going back to that right leg again. So get your right foot up alongside the hands. All right. So we're going to get a little bit deeper into this stretch now. So from this position, you're going to let yourself sink down as far as is comfortable. Now, if you can easily and comfortably come down into your elbows, great. That's where you are. Okay. If you can't, what you're going to do is you're going to spread your hands out. So the same side arm will reach under the front leg, opposite arm will reach out so that we have a wider base of support so you can drop down a little bit lower without kind of torturing yourself. Wherever you are, just be there and breathe. If you want a little bit extra work for the back leg, you can raise and lower the back knee. It can be on the ball of your foot or you can be on the top of your foot, whatever feels best for you. You never know what you're going to get when you do copyright-free music, do you? Skrillex, RoboCop. Great job. Pulse back up on your hands, okay? And now what you're going to do is you're going to start to rotate that front foot so it's pointed over to the side. From there, you're also going to rotate and try to get onto the side of the back leg, okay? Drop your hip down towards the floor, and then you can come back up out of this. We're going to move back and forth into this position, okay? If everything's feeling good, you can reach towards your back foot with your hands. Good. Hands back down to the front. And let's swap sides. All right. So same thing. Your goal is to get down into your elbows. Okay. If you can't, don't worry. Remember, you can spread those hands out. Reach under the leg. Go wide with the hands. Be where you are. Also remember, there's no such thing as better or worse as far as one side goes. They're just different. Let them be different. Great job. Post back up. And then you're going to turn that front foot out again. Rotate into that back leg as far as you can, and then right back out. And again, if everything's feeling good, you can take that arm and reach back as well. Great job. Come back to the middle. All fours and hip circles again. Other direction. Good. All right. Everybody's favorite time. So let's take the right leg. Okay. Bring the knee up towards your wrist and then rotate that leg so that the shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Okay. If you need to make some small adjustments, please do. But from here, you're going to rotate out and let yourself come down into a 90-90 position. So again, do what you need to do in order to have the front leg parallel to the front of your mat, okay? Back leg, okay, we want it in 90-degree position as well. From here, you're gonna take your chest, lean forward over that front leg, and let yourself relax into this position for a moment. Good. And raise and lower that back knee, okay? So rotating through the hip to raise the knee up towards the ceiling. As we're progressing through all of these, if ever you can't lift the foot or the knee, just lift the whole leg until you find those muscles. Good. Raise and lower the back foot. Are we experiencing technical difficulties? Good. Go ahead and sit on up. Okay. So legs are going to stay in the same position. You're going to start to lean back until you can't lean back anymore. Try to go as straight back as you can to start. You feel that stretch start to increase on that back leg. Once you can't go back any further, let yourself come to rest on your right elbow. If you want, with the left arm, you can reach back to a half bind, okay, but let yourself settle into this position. Don't forget to breathe. Don't increase your pain. Good. Raise and lower the front knee. Raise and lower the foot. It's a lot of fun faces out there. Did you say no?
Just not there.
And again, just lift the whole leg if you need to. Good. If you're half bound, go ahead and take that out. Come on up into sitting up. Come forward, and we're going to go out the way we came in. So get your hands under you. Lift up. Reverse that rotation back to all fours. And then swap sides. Bring your left knee in towards your hand. Rotate. Okay. And again, goal is to get this as close to parallel as you can. From there, sit back on that left cheek. Back leg is going to be rotated at 90 degrees as well. Okay. And then from here, let yourself lean forward into that stretch position. And again, just to iterate the point, remember if one side's different than the other, it's just that. It's just different. Not better or worse. Movement is beautiful. Yeah. Good. Raise and lower that back knee. Yeah, I was gonna say what?
Find something in like this super dark, scary area.
Yeah, what in the Indiana Jones?
I think more John Wick.
John Wick, yeah. Tomb Raider, yeah.
I need a pistol.
Good. Raise and lower the back foot. Good. Go ahead, sit it on up. Okay. And again, just like we did before, you're going to lean back as far as you can. Once you can't go back any further, you're going to come to rest on that left elbow. And then right hand, if you want, you can go for the half bind. Let yourself settle into this position a wee bit. Try to settle into this position a wee bit. Raise and lower the front knee. Raise and lower the front foot. There's been a casualty. There's been a casualty off screen.
You're right. He is a baby.
Good. Release the half bind if you have it. Go ahead and sit on up, but you're actually going to keep your legs right where they are. Okay. So as best as you can, okay, you're going to rotate so that the legs go to the exact opposite side of your mat. Okay. Back and forth at your pace. A couple of ways that you can modify this based on what you need. Keeping your hands down and sitting up taller, and you get a little bit more emphasis on that range of motion, really kind of digging into that hip joint. If you want to work on a little bit of the core stability part, you can try doing this without your hands. Do whatever you feel like is best for you, but try your best to keep your feet where they are. It's harder if you don't let your feet move. Good. Once you're back to the front of your mat, go ahead and come into a seated position. Cross-legged here. Okay. Doesn't matter which side your legs are crossed. Just let yourself relax in this position for a second. You're going to try to really sit up tall. Bring your chest forward. If you can, hook your elbows onto your knees. Kind of pull yourself out of your sit bones and lean forward just a little bit. Good. Whatever position your legs are in, we're going to switch them. And you're going to do the same thing. So sit up tall. If you can, hook your elbows on your knees and lean it forward. Please remember whenever you're working on hip openers, no pain in the knees. No pain in the knees. Not saying that to anybody in particular. All right, go ahead, bring your feet out in front of you. Okay, you're gonna grab your toes, and then from here, you're gonna walk your feet out as far as you can. If you can get your legs straight, great. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Just keep hold of your toes. From here, you're gonna tuck your chin all the way down to your chest. Lift your head up as high as you can. Just getting that sciatic nerve moving just a wee bit. Good. Now we're going into seated tree. Some people call it runner's pose. Okay. So you're going to take that left leg, bend it up in towards your groin as far as you can. Okay. Sit up really, really nice and tall. Okay. We want to lock in on that hamstring. Okay. So when you go to reach for your toe, if you just round through your spine and reach forward, it can make it look like you're super duper flexible, but you're not going to lock into the hamstring. Sit up really tall. Tilt your sit bones away from your heel. Okay, so you're trying to rock that pelvis forward, get your sit bone away from your heel. Reach for your toes with your sternum.
I did too.
Did you hear about the patient that got injured because somebody threw sodium chloride at them? It was assault. Good. Sit up tall. And back to the hip openers here. You're going to take this leg, cross it over. Okay. And in this position, you're going to hug that knee up towards your chest. Okay. Try to keep sitting up tall. If you are not feeling as much of a stretch as you want to, in addition to pulling the hip in towards the chest, try to push the hip back into the joint. Okay. So kind of grabbing at the front of the shin here, pull that leg bone essentially back into your hip joint. Good. We're going to rotate into the front hip here. So half bind if you can. If you can't, just hold on with your hand. Half bind, turn, look over your shoulder. Again, you're turning into the front leg. Good. Take your time coming out of that. Now, if you want to, we're going to go into the full Demi Moore pose, coined by Dr. Batara. Okay, you're going to bend that front leg, and the goal is to try to sit on your own heel. Okay, so you're trying to sit on your own heel. Now, make sure you shift your weight over to your right if you have the right leg forward. Okay, and then pull that heel back towards your left cheek. Okay, so that's external rotation for the hip. From there, keep your buns down. Okay, you can go into the half bind again if you want, or you can continue that rotation, get the elbow outside of the knee, and then look over that shoulder. If you're over the age of 30, you probably remember why this is called the Demi Moore pose. If you're under the age of 30, you probably have to Google it. It's fine. The movie had one of my favorite Prince songs in it. Great job. Take your time coming out of that. You're going to get both legs back in front of you. And then just like we started here, bend your legs as much as you need to grab your toes. Walk the legs out as straight as you can get them. Again, it does not matter if you can get them all the way straight. From here, you're going to pump your ankles. Okay? So it's getting that sciatic nerve moving a little bit more, but moving it at the end. You're not really feeling a lot in the backs of the legs. You can tuck your chin down to increase that tension. Great job. All right, right leg, runner's pose or seated tree, call it whatever is your favorite. Remember, sit up really, really, really nice and tall. Once you're up nice and tall, tilt those sit bones away from your heel. Rock the pelvis forward. You're reaching for that front leg with your sternum. Not putting a tremendous amount of focus on the hamstring here. Good. Cross the other leg over. And again, you're hugging that knee up into your chest. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, really kind of pull that hip into its joint. Sit up nice and tall. Good. Rotate into the front leg. Okay. Again, go for that half bind if you can. Look over the shoulder. Again, you're rotating into the front hip. Great job. We're going to full demi-moire here. Remember, if you can't do demi-moire, just repeat the same thing with the leg out straight. If you want to try, again, bend that left leg so you can sit on your own heel. Okay. Remember, the left leg's forward, so you're sitting on the heel with your right cheek. Okay. You can do the half bind again at the knee, or you can continue that rotation. Get the elbow outside the knee, look over your shoulder. Remember, no pain in the knees when you're doing hip openers. The knee can't do anything about torque, so if you're really kind of cranking on your hips, that pressure gets transferred through your knee. The knee can't really do anything about it, so be nice to yourself. That's why the first rule of flow class, don't increase your pain. I think technically the first rule is breathe. Move and breathe. Yeah, right. We don't talk about flow class. Good. Take your time coming out of that. And then from there, you can bend your legs, grab the backs of your thighs, roll onto your back. I'll meet you there. I got to rotate my mat. Once you're on your back, pull your knees in towards your chest. Remember to actively pull your knees in towards your chest so you feel like you're pulling from your elbows and your shoulders. Good. Cross one leg over the other. All right. Now, you can reach through, grab the back of the leg, and just do standard nerve glides here, bending and straightening the back leg. Okay. We have done a lot of hip openers, so if you're feeling really, really flexible, what you can do is you can bend that leg a little bit more so the foot gets a little closer to the groin, and then reach over that leg and bend and straighten. Just for a little bit of increased mobility. Great job. Switch sides. Again, you can go just the standard position. Reach through that figure four, bend and straighten the leg. Okay. Or if you're feeling good, bend that leg a little bit more, reach over. Great job. Take your time coming out of that. Pull your knees in towards your chest for the last time. Reach between the legs. Grab the outsides of the feet. Happy baby. Reach your hands over your toes. Lift your heels. And then drop your heels. Straighten your legs all the way out. Once your legs are straight, let your feet fall out to the side. Arms are straight. Tuck the shoulder blades, palms up. Your only job is to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you're somewhere other than outdoors, there's bright lights over you. Don't stare directly into them. Close your eyes and just breathe. Please remember, if this is meditation for you, meditation is not having a clear or empty mind. It's just acknowledging whatever distractions come up and then go back to focusing on your breathing. When you feel ready, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. From there, roll onto one side, come on up into sitting. Thanks so much for joining us for the hip openers.